Hey guys, it's Ash, and in this video I want to show you guys the best ways to counter the biggest threat in the game right now, which is the Hog Rider with Freeze combo. This is a very deadly combo that can easily give the user a quick tower kill if the defender failed to defend properly. However, in this video I'm going to show you guys that it's not really that hard to counter this threat. The Hog Rider with Freeze combo is an 8 elixir combo, and there are plenty of ways to counter this combo without having to spend more than 8 elixir. The rule of thumb with the Hog Rider is whenever your opponent sends in a Hog Rider, you should always be prepared against a possible freeze spell. One of the biggest reasons why people struggle against the Hog Freeze combo is because they do not carry a building in their deck. Carrying at least one building card is necessary for defending against not only Hog Riders, but also threats such as the Mortar, Expo, Balloon, Golem, and many other threats that would otherwise directly target your arena towers. These buildings include Inferno Tower, Goblin Hut, Tombstone, Bomb Tower, Barbarian Hut, Cannon, Tesla, or even the Elixir Collector are all good buildings to block incoming Hog Riders. Now first, let's review the radius of the freeze spell. The freeze spell has a radius of 3 tiles, so I've outlined the area that a freeze spell can be used to freeze both the arena tower and your troops or buildings at the same time. So what this means is you must avoid deploying your troops away from this area, especially your range attackers such as archers, musketeer, witch, spear goblins, wizard. They must all be deployed away from this region. So looking at the picture, you can see that the best place to deploy your troops whenever you see a Hog Rider is up top. The freeze spell is unable to freeze both your arena tower and the top 2 tiles of your side of the map. As you can see, I have denoted this region within a pink rectangle, denoting that the distance from this region to the arena tower is 4.5 tiles apart. So this allows all your long range attackers, your archers, musketeer, spear goblins, wizard, and so on, allowing them to target the Hog Rider without having both your troops and tower frozen at the same time. This is the sweet spot for deploying your troops whenever you come across a Hog Rider. I've also drawn where you should deploy your Inferno Tower to avoid getting it frozen with your arena tower as well. Another important thing to keep in mind is that when one of your arena towers is destroyed, it actually becomes easier to counter Hog Freeze. How you say? Well, when one of your arena towers are destroyed, your King's Tower is activated, and he will assist you on defense. This means that you must avoid deploying at the area in the middle of your King's Tower and your second arena tower. I just love when I'm using the Hog Rider and Freeze and someone deploys their troops in the middle of both their towers, allowing my Hog Rider to quickly take down another tower and secure myself of a victory. This is a major error, guys. Now let's talk about building placement. Placing down your building properly is also very important. Usually the best place to place any building is inside this region. Placing any building inside here will allow both of your arena towers to target the Hog Rider and also prevent the Hog Rider from directly targeting your arena tower. However, it does not protect the building from a freeze spell. A freeze spell can freeze both of your building and arena tower at the same time. Also, avoid placing your building before your opponent sends out his Hog Rider. This is a very important concept because a smart attacker will spend time to allow your defenses to decay and weaken before he sends out his Hog Rider. And so the best time to place your building down is after your opponent deploys his Hog Rider. Then depending on the building, you will need to decide quickly where to place down the building. The Elixir Collector should always be placed inside the sweet spot so that both of your arena towers target the Hog Rider. Whenever you're dealing with just the Hog Rider, it's always best to place your building inside the sweet spot. But most of the time, you're going to come across an attacker sending both the Hog Rider with a few low elixir troops behind. So in this case, the best place is not to place your building inside the sweet spot because this will allow the attacker to freeze both your building and arena tower, allowing those troops to quickly remove the building. Instead, it's much better to place your building up top to disallow the attacker from freezing both your building and arena tower. Also, another important thing to note is when you're deploying your ranged attackers up top to avoid freeze, don't place them in the direction of the Hog Rider because what the Hog Rider will do is he's gonna push your troops back closer to the arena tower. Like here you can see that he pushed one of the archers inside the danger zone. So here are examples of how and where you should deploy your long-range attackers when dealing with the Hog Rider. And pretty much the same thing goes for your short range or melee troops. You should deploy them all up top, as it's not only the safest place, but also your troops will deal immediate damage before the Hog Rider even gets to your tower. Another very important thing to note is that you should never deploy everything all at once when dealing with the Hog Rider. For example, I see attackers just outright deploy everything from their hand just to stop a Hog Rider from targeting their building. They send out their goblins and mini P.E.K.K.A. and clump them together next to the arena tower. This is a huge error because the attacker can not only freeze your mini P.E.K.K.A. and goblins and arena tower at the same time, but since you've spent all your elixir and counters to stop the Hog Rider immediately, you'll have no way to retaliate. Instead, you'll spend the next 5 or more seconds watching the Hog Rider banging on your arena tower. So what you should have done is not only deploy your troops away from the danger zone, but also you should have only deployed one troop card at a time. For example, all you needed were the 2 elixir goblins to stop the Hog Rider. It doesn't matter if the Hog Rider damages your arena tower. By using the 2 elixir goblins to kill the Hog Rider, you've profited by 2 elixir, which is worth a lot more than the small damage dealt by the Hog Rider. So I really hope that you guys liked this video and also learned a lot. And I'll be honest, making this video, I even taught myself a lot of these great tricks for countering the Hog Rider. This definitely was one of the hardest videos for me to create just because of all the experimentations and testings that I had to do, along with a great deal of editing and acquiring all the footage. So yeah, would definitely appreciate a thumbs up, and also if you can share this with your friends. And if you haven't yet, then don't forget to subscribe for more daily Clash Royale strategy guides and tutorials. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Later.